And what I want to explain to you is the values that we normally see. There's four what we call angles and consequent values. We have the sky, which is the number one light, because the light comes from the sky, and it recedes to darker and grayer as it goes back, and it gets a little bit cooler. But since we're looking at values, it gets darker and grayer as it goes back, or lighter and grayer, I'm sorry. And then we have the ground itself, which is the second lightest plane. And that's because it's receiving light from the sky, and it's a horizontal plane. Then we have the slanted planes, which are mountains, roofs, any slope. And as you move your paper up, in other words, if I take this piece of paper here, this is receiving more light here. When we angle it up, it gets darker. And then when we put it vertical, which is our fourth darkest plane, we have to be conscious of that. Now, that is something that you have to understand. It's not talking about man-made objects. This is just what we see in nature. And this is basically the way it looks as far as sky, land, mountains, and then I have upright planes of just trees. But it's very simple to understand. If you can understand the value patterns and how to adjust them, and what you're seeing is very important. This is a value chart that I made for our foundation course, and also for my studios in workshops and so forth. And this helps you see what kind of value. Now, this is more of a high key painting here. If you can see this, it's very simple. I did this without a drawing, but you can put holes in your value chart, and you can see with looking at the values and so forth on the photograph to what you have on your painting. So I have 100% is black and 0% is white. And we have 3 values of lights, 3 values of midtones, and 3 values of darks. Now, anything from midtone back to light is part of the light area. Anything that is from 70% to 80, 90% is part of the shadow. So this right here is all shadow. This right here is all light. And nothing can be as light in the shadow area as it is in the light. So you have to make sure that you have your patterns of value holding together. Now, this is another very quick. This has got a lot of different value spans in it, from everything from the lights to the darks up here. And what you need to always look at is to compare your values. Squint your eyes down for the value and open it for the color. And the thing that I'm always telling the students is that the values will always make the painting hold together. That's what makes the painting work. And the color is secondary to the value. So if your values are not right, your color is not going to do anything for it. Base it on a book by John Carlson. And this is kind of like the Holy Bible for artists, for painters, and so forth, as far as I'm concerned. It's very plain, simple, to the point. It's very easy reading. It's not that thick, and it runs about $10, $12. You can pick it up at Amazon, sometimes cheaper. But it's an excellent book for the beginner or the intermediate, or even a reminder to advanced students.
Also, it was asked if the handouts are going to be posted somewhere. If you sign up for the newsletter, they'll be in the newsletter.
Yeah, we try to make everything available in the newsletter that I'm talking about. And again, this book is extremely important to any artist for the most part. I've talked to a number of different artists from the East Coast to the West Coast, and a lot of them use this particular book. It's a wonderful book.